reading from the Children's Book of Bible Stories. Section 17, the title is A Baby in a Basket, and it's in reference to Genesis 49 and Exodus 1 and 2. Jacob and his sons and all their children lived in Egypt for many years. Jacob became very old. Then he called all his sons to be to his bedside. He told them that God would someday bring them back to Canaan. And he told them that someday God would send a Savior. Then Jacob blessed his sons, and he died. After a while, Joseph and his brothers died too. God took them away one by one. The children of Joseph and of his brothers lived in Egypt. There were very many children. God blessed them. They became a great nation. They were called the children of Israel. Then there was another Pharaoh. The new Pharaoh did not like the children of Israel. He said, "There are too many of them." This Pharaoh made the children of Israel his slaves. He made them work very hard. They had to make bricks. They had to build cities with the bricks. They worked very, very hard. Pharaoh also made a cruel law. The law said that every baby boy must be thrown into the river to drown. One day, a very dear baby boy was born. His mother and father loved the baby. They would not throw him into the river. The mother hid the baby. She kept him a long time. But after a while, the mother did not dare keep the baby any longer. He was 3 months old. Sometimes he cried very loud. Pharaoh's soldiers would surely hear him. The mother thought and thought about it. One morning, she went to the river and picked some reeds. She took the reeds home. She wove the reeds into a basket. She made the basket very strong. When it was finished, she filled all the cracks with pitch. Then it was like a little boat. The mother made a bed in the little basket. She put the baby in it and covered him carefully. Then she took the basket to the river. The baby's sister, Miriam, went along. At the edge of the river, they put the basket down. It rocked on the little waves among the reeds. The mother did not want it to float away, so Miriam stayed to watch, and the mother went home. Miriam hid in the bushes. After a while, she heard voices. She saw ladies coming to the river. It was the princess Pharaoh's daughter. She and her maids were coming to bathe in the river. Would they see the basket? Miriam watched. One of the maids walked near the basket. Then she ran back to the princess to tell her something. And Miriam heard the princess say, "Go and get it." The maid got the basket, and Miriam watched her bring it to the princess. She saw the princess lift the cover, and she heard the baby cry. Then the princess said, "It is one of the babies of the children of Israel." And Miriam knew that she felt sorry for the baby. So Miriam came out of her hiding place and went to the princess. She said, "Shall I go find a nurse to take care of the baby?" The princess said, "Yes, go find a nurse." Miriam ran home. "Oh, mother," she said, "the princess found the basket and she wants a nurse." Miriam's mother hurried back with Miriam. The princess said, "Take this baby home with you. Take care of him for me. I will pay you. When he is old enough, bring him to me." How happy the mother was. She bowed to the princess and hurried home with her baby. She loved her baby. She took good care of him. She taught him about God. But when he was old enough, she had to give him to the princess. She brought him to the palace. The princess called him Moses and said that he was her little boy. Okay, section 18. The title is The Burning Bush. And it's in reference to Exodus 2, 3, and 4. Moses lived with the princess until he was a man. He went to school in the palace. He learned all the wisdom of Egypt, but he did not forget God. All this time, Pharaoh was cruel. He made the children of Israel work very hard. They were his slaves. Moses wanted to help the children of Israel. He did not want to live in the palace while they worked so hard. But he did not know how to help them, so he ran away to the country. He became a shepherd. One day when Moses was with the sheep, he saw a burning bush. The bush burned and burned, but it did not burn up. That seemed very strange. Moses went near the bush to see it better. Then suddenly Moses heard a voice call, "Moses, Moses." Moses looked around. He did not see anyone, but he said, "Here I am." Then the voice said, "Do not come near to the bush. Take your shoes off your feet, for you are standing on holy ground." Moses took off his shoes. He knew it must be God who spoke to him. He knew it must be God who made the bush burn so strangely. He put his hands over his face. God said to him, "I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The children of Israel are my people. They cry to me because Pharaoh makes them work very hard. Now I have come to help them." Moses listened. He was glad that God had come to help his people. God said, "I shall bring them to the land of Canaan, and I have chosen you, Moses, to take them out of Egypt." Then Moses said, "Oh no, do not ask me to do that. How can I do that? They will follow me, and Pharaoh will not listen to me." God said to him, "I will go with you. I will bring them to a beautiful land." But Moses was afraid. He said, "The people will not believe me. They will not believe that God talked to me." Then God gave Moses two wonderful signs to show the people and said, "When you talk to the children of Israel, you can do those two signs. Then they will believe that I sent you." And God promised to send Moses' brother Aaron to help him. So Moses brought his sheep home, and he went to Egypt.